Paul Mackey here with the One Idjit's Thoughts on podcast on the 26th day of the Dog Days of Podcasting. Today was a pretty ordinary day of work, and I had to take the car for an annual city inspection that allows me to drive Uber this year. Then tonight is trivia, but right now I'm going to talk about Gravity Falls Season 2, Episode 16, Roadside Attraction. The brief summary. Stan is embarking on a road trip of vengeance in his trusty RV. The competing tourist sites of the area have been pranking the Mystery Shack for years, and Stan is going to dish out some pranks of his own. What goes better with vengeance than a carload of kids? Mabel has invited along Candy and Grenda, and everyone's assuming Dipper will be along as well, and Sue's rounding out the crowd. I'm not sure if that RV looks big enough. Mabel gathered all of Dipper's stuff, including his secret shoebox, from under the bed, which tips over, spilling a pile of photos of Wendy. He's having a hard time letting his interest in her go. Mabel says he just needs to move on, and Sue adds a road trip is a great place to meet new people. They arrive at Granny Squeakkin's yarn ball, and Dipper tries talking to a random girl but fails miserably. Stan tries giving him advice while tying a strand of yarn from the ball to the bumper of the RV. Confidence, comedy, and some third C word are the Stan Pines method. No, not that one. Probably. They arrive at Upside Down Town, a house with Velcro floors that is turned upside down. Dipper tries on some funny confidence and scores a girl's email address. In his celebratory swagger, he inadvertently gives Candy a confident flirt to which she blushes. Then follows a flirting montage at Logland and the corn maze, where they accidentally leave Soos behind. Maybe the corn weevils will denude the field to facilitate his escape. Later in the hot tub, Dipper shows off the collection of phone numbers he has gathered. He's worried if it is okay to flirt with that many girls, but Stan points out there's no hurt feelings on a road trip because he'll never see any of them again. At the campfire, the girls play a little truth or dare or don't, and after first picking don't, Candy tells the truth about a crush on Dipper, to which the other girls howl. Mabel has a plan to try to get them together. Onward to Mystery Mountain with a legend of a half-man, half-spider monsters, and home to a sky tram and a mummy museum. In the RV, Mabel and Grenda contrive to have Dipper and Candy wind up on the same bench seat. Candy tries to get close and asks Dipper to accompany her at Mystery Mountain, just the two of them. Dipper panics, but Stan says it's his old crush getting in the way. He should say yes to everything coming his way to get over Wendy. Then Stan puts on a show of flirting with the ticket booth girl, and she invites him up the tram during her break. Candy tries to get cozy with Dipper, but they are interrupted by all the girls Dipper has flirted with on the trip. All of them storm off when each sees the others. Dipper decides Stan will know what to do. Stan and Darlene, the ticket girl, are alone atop the mountain when Darlene's eyes change and Stan screams. Dipper looks everywhere for Stan when his walkie-talkie fires up. It's Stan. Darlene turned out to be a spider person, and she's cocooning Stan to make him a mummy for the display where they boast new mummies daily. Darlene followed along with his flirting to lure him into the lair. Dipper finds the girls, and even though they are all mad at him, he gets them to join in rescuing Stan. Grenda pulls down the silk holding Stan, and they run for the exit. Candy gestures to the sky tram, and they all get on board to be whisked to safety at a blistering 0.2 miles per hour. The Darlene spider easily catches up to them and begins to seal the tramcar in silk. Candy remembers word of an emergency release on the tram and times out with the next old reliable geyser eruption to drop them as the geyser goes off, guiding them toward the Paul Bunyan statue, which teeters before landing on the Darlene spider with its foot. On the way home, Dipper makes an apology to Candy, but she says after watching him panic and run, she's no longer as interested. They arrive home to a very vandalized Mystery Shack as the other proprietors have come back around for their revenge. And my favorite line...
Okay, it begins with a D and ends with an ipper.
No.
Yes.
Ready, Grenda? 3, 2, 1.
Man, coyotes sound a lot worse than I remember.
Who is? Chelsea Peretti plays Spider Lady Darlene in this episode. Chelsea was born in Oakland, California in 1978. She was raised in Oakland and attended elementary school with Andy Samberg and junior high with Moshe Kasher. Chelsea has written for The Village Voice, American Theatre Magazine, Details, Playgirl, and The Huffington Post. She's also written for the Sarah Silverman program, What the Fuck with Mark Maron, The Kroll Show, and individual sketches for SNL. She was credited as story editor for the 4th season of Parks and Recreation. As an actress, Chelsea has been seen on Parks and Rec, The Key and Peele Show, Drunk History, The Kroll Show, and 119 episodes of Brooklyn Nine-Nine. She's been heard on American Dad, The Simpsons, Sing 2, Big Mouth, and Bob's Burgers, along with Gravity Falls. She is married to Jordan Peele. What worked? I know the series concludes with a 3 to 4 part finale, depending on where you look. Given all the other ARC story content in recent episodes, it's interesting they decided to do a 100% Monster of the Week episode now. Did Disney demand one more evergreen they can slot in wherever they want to? That said, I liked it, and I do wonder if anyone would be wishing for frivolity in the midst of all that last sequence of episodes. So next time is Gravity Falls, Season 2, Episode 17, Dipper and Mabel versus the Future. Happy hunting! You've been listening to the One Idjit's Thoughts On podcast, produced by Paul Mackey in association with Nimlas Studios. Any short clips of audio from shows is included under fair use for commentary purposes, and copyright for that content remains with its original copyright holders. The theme song is Too Good by Jack Mangan and is used by his generous permission. One Idjit's Thoughts is produced under a Creative Commons Attribution, Non-Commercial, No Derivatives 4.0 International License. You can find more episodes of this podcast and many other fine podcasts at nimlas.org. You can contact me by emailing idjitcastpodcast@gmail.com or commenting on episodes at nimlas.org. You know, Stan's pranks looked an awful lot like utterly destroying the competing attractions.